Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Expanding Our Knowledge with the Fagor 8055 MC. In this example, we will learn how to use rectangular groove. Let's go ahead and get started. From the main menu, you want to select the F2 key. Scroll down and select rectangular groove. Press enter. So in previous examples, we've imagined that we had a piece of work material on the machine that was 6 inches in length across X and 4 inches in width across Y. We're going to continue to use this example. So let's start defining rectangular groove. XC, what is the center of my groove on X? So if the overall dimension is 6 inches, the center would be 3. YC, what is the center across Y? Or the center of where your groove would be at. So in this example, let's use -2. Now, I'm using -2 because depending on how you touch up on your part, it might have to be a +2, a -2. I personally have touched off on the front left side of my workpiece. So now we're at L. L is the overall length of the rectangular groove on X. And we can see down here that we have some help text. So L, what's the overall length of it? Well, I have a 6-inch piece. I'm going to say the overall length on X is 5. H, what is the width? What is the total width of this rectangular groove on Y? So if I had a 4-inch piece, I'm going to say the overall length is 3.5 on Y. D, what is the width of this groove that I want to make? So in my example, I'll use the width of it would be 1 inch. ZS, what is my safety distance that I'm going to use? In this case, I'm going to use 100 thou. So in other words, the tool will wrap it to 100 thou over the part and then go into its feed rate, machining feed rate. Z0, well, the top of my workpiece, I've selected as Z0, so I'm going to say Z0. P, what is the total depth that I want to make this rectangular groove? Let's say for this example, we'll stick to 300 thou. Now we have I. I is the steps to get to the total depth, or how much material am I removing per pass? So we're going to say 100 thou. In other words, it's going to take 3 passes of 100 thou a piece to get to the total depth. FZ, what is the machining feed rate that I'm going to penetrate my workpiece? So on Z-axis, I'm going to say we're going to penetrate the workpiece at 5 inches per minute. We're down here under roughing now, and the first thing that it's asking us is feed rate. What is the feed rate that I'm going to machine this at? Well, let's go ahead and stay with 20 inches per minute. RPM, what is the revolutions per minute on the spindle that we're going to be using? Let's go ahead and stick to 500 inches per RPM. The tool that I'm going to use to machine this operation, well, currently I've only defined one tool, and it's the tool that's active right now, so it's tool number 1. What is my step over? So in other words, when I machine my first rectangular groove, what is the movement or my step over that the tool is going to take to make the next cut? Well, tool number 1 is defined as 200 thou radius. So I'm going to say, let's use 300 thou step over. machining of direction of the spindle is clockwise. If you need to change it, you use the half key. Let's keep it clockwise. We're under finish now. Under finishing, what is the feed rate that I want to machine this part out at? So let's say that's 25 inches per minute. Next, along the wall, how much material am I going to take off on my final pass? And again, this is along the wall. So I'm going to say at 10 thou. The next thing is on the z-axis plane. On my final pass, how much material do I want to take off? So let's say that's going to be an additional 10 thou. And that's only on z. Now we're up to n. N is asking us, how many times do you want to repeat this? If I only want to repeat this once, I press 1 and then enter. Now that I define the full cycle, let's go to graphics. And we have a previous example here of ring milling, so I want to delete this. I'm going to press F6 to clear the screen. Now that we have a clear screen, I want to press cycle start. And we're going to see that the purple again is coming in and saying that is our positioning movement. The yellow is the actual machining of the part. Thank you, and I hope this helps.